just asking what some of their first month experience has been like here in Barbados. And I think one of the things that we wanted to start off with is just Preston obviously still loves his drumming. A couple of things to just share with all of you right now. We are currently here in Barbados in a pause. We're amidst a pause. The country has had some spikes in COVID cases. There was a rise in the UK strain had made it to the Caribbean. And we're amidst a 2-week pause right now. So we're home. We're kind of working through some stuff, but we're feeling good, making the most of it. You can go to beaches between 6 a.m. and 9 a.m. in the morning. So we are here, and we're gonna get jumping into some of the kids' perspectives. And Mr. Preston here, our 5-year-old, Preston, I wanted to ask you, when you left Elk Grove, how did you feel? How did you feel leaving Elk Grove?
Kind of sad.
Kind of sad?
Yeah.
Why were you kind of sad, man? Like, let's hear about that. And I'm just getting this streamed as well.
And that's why I was singing it. It's because it took so long to get to Barbados.
So you were sad because it took too long to get to Barbados?
Why does it take so long?
That's your song. Why does it take so long? That's about fair. How about for you, Kara? How did you feel when you were leaving Elk Grove?
Sad.
Oh yeah. So what was sad for you about leaving?
Because we left all of our cousins, Maya and Nico, and all of our friends. Yeah, and our family too, and friends and family.
Mm-hmm. What was the hardest part for you about leaving Elk Grove? Preston, let's sit up.
Yeah, you saying bye to friends and family.
Saying bye to the friends and family?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How about for you, Preston? What was the hardest part of leaving Elk Grove? What was the hardest part for you?
Saying bye to Jake.
Saying bye to Jake. Jake was one of Preston's really, really good friends in preschool. And it's so strange for Preston because of the pandemic. Actually, he would have graduated preschool, but we didn't have a preschool graduation because of that. So there was just so many things that were missed out on in the journey. But he was really good friends with one of the kids in his school, Jake. Great family, great friends there. And Preston, this is important as you're smiling. How do you feel now?
Happy. Because my favorite part about Barbados is seeing Chafette.
Okay,
So,
what's Chafette? People don't know what Chafette is. Like, what is Chafette?
It's a place where you get
a fast food restaurant.
Let him answer.
So you get nuggets for a kids meal, or a kids meal super pack, or because of nuggets, a roll and chicken nuggets and French fries.
And what do they call fries here?
Chips.
Chips, right? So chips here are fries. And is it called a super pack or what's it called?
A super pack.
Super. How's it spelled?
SUPA.
So let's capture that. How do you feel now? Preston feels good because they have Chafette, because they have food. So this guy, just for those of you that don't know, he can eat more food than all of us put together.
Any of us.
Any of us. Like when we all put our meals together, it's unbelievable.
If we gave him a full box of pizza with one full pizza, he would eat the whole thing and still ask for more.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Is that a thumbs up?
Yeah, I love pizza.
I know.
Because when we were at the airport, he was like, because we were like, what are we going to get? And Preston's like, donuts. And then Daddy's like, then what? Then pizza.
And this was so what Kira's talking about was when we were in which airport?
New York.
So what time in the morning was that? What time?
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock in the morning for us in New York after a red-eye flight was actually 2 o'clock in the morning, California time. That was when we were coming to Barbados. And Preston was totally ready for New York pizza and Dunkin' Donuts. Those are the things. So Dunkin' Donuts was closed.
But we got donuts.
We did get a donut.
But I didn't eat anything
because you weren't feeling
I was
good.
not feeling good at all.
But we did have New York pizza and we found a donut. So he had New York pizza and a donut before we flew to Barbados.
And he was still hungry.
Yeah, exactly. So let me ask you guys this. Preston, for you, What's one thing that you just loved about being in Barbados? What's been super cool? So you've talked about Chefette already. What else has been super cool about being here in Barbados?
Car.
The new car?
Yeah.
The new car. Okay. Yeah. More to come.
And my favorite thing in our world is Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A is his favorite thing.
And
in
he just
Elko.
loves food.
And chicken, apparently.
And McDonald's.
You don't even eat McDonald's.
And Jack in the Box.
Okay. That's good. Thanks for that.
And KFC.
Wow.
And
You never even tried
and Burger King.
Wow. Okay. I didn't even know you ate at all those
And
places.
Sonic.
And it's not, see, he's just naming all the fast food
He's
places.
just naming all the fast food places.
Kara, how about you? What's one thing that you've loved about being in Barbados? So Preston loves the new car, the new vehicle.
I feel good. I feel happy being here.
What is it that anything in particular that you've loved? Like one thing that's been super cool?
Oh yeah.
Mommy, what did mommy taste like the first time that you had it?
Ow! Oh, it tastes like bubble gum, but the aftertaste was not my thing. But I just kept drinking it and trying it.
A very fast car.
In very fast car. You brought
So-
your very fast car.
So basically, Mobby, the first time I tried it, it was good at the first taste, but then the aftertaste wasn't like, no, I didn't like
It's
it. But I just kept drinking it anyways. And then I got used to it, so it's just so good.
This is my train track bridge.
So we did bring some train tracks down for Preston, and that's been a big part of what he's enjoyed. He's actually set up a little.
I need to go put
Training.
this back
A lot of
together.
his back,
I don't know,
a lot of
sitting
Preston's
here. Tell us
backpack
about
was like toys, but it was some of his like electronics and stuff.
Preston, how about for you? What's one thing that you really miss about California, about the United States?
Oh, Golden Gate Bridge.
The Golden Gate Bridge. Preston's a big fan of the Golden Gate Bridge. Loved it when we took him on it. How long is the Golden Gate Bridge? It's 1 mile, huh? Does it make cool sounds too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you like walking on it before we left?
Yeah, because screaming loud noise.
It's like they did some work on the bridge, so it makes these really cool sounds. What's something musically that you miss that is in California still that we couldn't bring with us? That you're always doing? Drums.
So we actually found drums at a store here that's basically Costco.
It's an
It's
electric drum
Yeah,
set.
it's called Price Smart. So there's about 2 or 3 Costco's that we called Costco.
Well, they're in Price Smart, yeah.
So we have Cost You Less, which is Costco, I guess. It's just a different name. It's
Mhm.
Barbados Costco. And Price Smart, which
Yeah.
we call.
But they have like a
And
drum.
Price
Yeah,
Smart
Price
is-
Smart, there's drums and
and Price Smart is 3 stories.
It is?
There's a 3-story place.
Okay.
I
don't think it does,
When we go
but-
down the little hill right there, and then there's another one.
That's
Okay.
Shop Smart.
That's somewhere else, but that's cool.
Price Smart.
Kira, how about let's let Kira go.
What in
What's
the world is Price
It's
Smart?
a place, it's also stored here. Kira, what's one thing that you've been missing about the States or that you miss about the States?
The thing I miss about the States is everyone that we used to train with in karate.
Oh, you do?
All the people in karate.
Wow.
I think that would be one of Daddy's things too. Kira, what belt were you before you left Preston? Can you sit up? In karate.
A 3rd degree. A 3rd degree brown belt.
Third degree
Anyway, go
brown
out
belt.
to Daddy.
3rd degree brown belt. What belt were you in
White.
karate?
Wait.
He was a white belt. And I was an instructor, and I tried not to teach either of them because they just treated me, well, you see how this is going. So it's kind of like that. But in class, it was kind of like that in class. I did much better being a dad, but I was like, how could my dad teach me anything about karate or jujitsu and stuff? But we used to have a lot of fun. And Kira was actually working her way to be right before everything hit last March, actually March of 2020. Kira was actually working her way into testing, planning for her test in for her junior black belt. So she's really something. I'll tell you that. Boy, she can leave some marks on you with kicking. So she's agreed that she'll actually start training with me again down here and just basically getting to beat up Daddy, right? That's what you get to do. Just throw your kicks and hit daddy.
We actually found a gym Level Up that he's very excited about because there's bags. And there was actually like two of them? Two or three of them.
There's
Or
300.
more, I don't know.
There's a lot of bags.
There is another place we went, J&S Fitness, and they only had one bag and it was soft. So I don't know if the other bags are soft.
Hey, a bag is a bag, and J&S Fitness looked like they had good stuff. It's really close to our home here. So, and mommy is still working on the whole driving thing. So I think we'll probably, if we do end up setting up a gym membership after the pause, that might be where we end up going. Preston, what's something really cool that you've learned by being in Barbados? What's something for you that's been really cool that you've learned being here? Swimming. That's been really cool. Could you swim when you first got here across the pool? No.
Not even me.
Not even Kira.
But 3 days later, I was swimming all the way across the pool. Now I can actually kind of, we call this rainbows. When we were in the US, we had swim lessons and she would call them rainbows. So like where you go like I don't know. What are they called?
Rainbows? I don't know. I'm not sure. I didn't take your swim lessons with you.
Strokes.
The freestyle stroke.
Yeah, freestyle.
Yeah.
So that's what.
Exactly, like Batman. I'm not sure where that came from, but yeah, that's what it was. So that's been really cool. You've both done a really good job on that as well. On that note, with swimming, for both of you, we just have a couple more questions. What's one of the coolest things that you've seen in the water or at the beach here? Because you've both gotten to start putting your goggles on and going out in the water.
A big old fish.
You saw a big old fish? How big was it? Like this big?
No, the one we saw at, what's that place called when we're going snorkeling?
Today?
So we went to somewhere where there was
down the hill.
Lots of fish, and we started snorkeling. And we'll go there, but we'll only put our feet in the water because there's lionfish. And we had no idea because we were like right on the rocks the other times we were there. So we were right on the rocks. So now we know that. I think we'll just put our feet in the water and not.
Well, you can put your feet in the water in the sand, or you can go swimming there, and that's the thing.
But
it's if you're standing, you just don't want to stand on the rocky areas because sometimes the lionfish will be out there. I've seen many of them scuba diving. I actually wasn't aware that they come into that shallow.
It's because there is a fish market right on the beach, so they throw in scraps.
That's right.
So that's why that's what the lionfish come to.
Very, very cool. What's your favorite food or drink that you've tried here? So Kira, she's got her Mobby, and Mobby, again, for those of you that don't know, this is a good drink throughout the West Indies. This is the syrup, and it comes from the tree.
And you just add water to it.
So yeah, so it's the Mobby tree bark, and then you and it's mixed in with some other stuff. So it's got a little bit of sweet flavor.
Yes.
So
Also
let Preston share this actually.
bread.
What is this, buddy?
Salt bread.
How do you just eat that bare, or do you make it in burgers, or do you do all sorts of stuff?
Eat
with
it
it?
bare. Make burgers.
Do you guys love it?
Yeah.
So right now, during the pause in Barbados, many things are closed. Bakeries are not closed. They are open because you got to have your bread. So
And pharmacies.
yeah, the bread and the pharmacies are open. Sit, buddy.
I sit on daddy.
Okay. All right.
I gotta sit on
All
daddy.
right. So what are one or two of your favorite animals that you've seen in Barbados? We've seen all sorts of stuff here. Guys.
Monkeys and
her favorite
monkeys.
is cockroaches.
Flying cockroaches is not my favorite.
Have you seen a flying cockroach?
Yeah, it's actually, this is mommy and daddy's room, and it was in their bathroom laying on their back playing dead, and it was a flying cockroach.
It flew in through the windows, because here's the thing, our windows here, for those of you in the States, they don't have screens here. So if you open your windows, you want to get fresh air in, but there's no screen. So one night we came up, I was getting ready to give Preston a shower, and I hear this going on, and this thing's flapping around on the ground. And it is a cockroach. And like, for those of you, like we came up in Elk Grove, Davis, California. When you see a cockroach, it might be about that big. These things are massive, like almost like, if that's my hand, it's almost that long, and they fly. And whoo, that's not cool. So we've seen a couple of those.
And they look like lobsters.
They kind of did look like a flying lobster. That's cool. I like seeing lobsters in the water, but definitely not in your bathroom.
Cockroaches.
So how about one of the ones that we liked? Because we didn't like flying cockroaches. Preston told us about that. So you said monkeys.
Yeah, monkeys, and we've seen lizards in the States, but we don't see them a lot. So lizards, and then caterpillars. But and frogs.
Lots of frogs, yeah. And the monkeys.
And dogs, because like almost every, like half the people on the island have dogs. And
yeah, and we have one. And one of our neighbors had one named Max. He's a guard dog.
And he's really cool.
Huge.
He's a big German Shepherd. And when we used to take our walks, he would get up on the fence and he'd be barking at us.
He can actually jump the fence.
Somebody's told us that. We've never seen him do it.
They've said he can't jump the fence, but he can jump the fence.
Even though we've never seen it.
Yeah. But I think he can jump that fence. Because he's jumped up before, and like you can see his legs.
Yeah, he's good, but he doesn't even bother with us anymore. He's seen us so many times. He comes, looks at the fence, he jumps up, we talk to him, and he just kind of waves. So I guess even the dogs have turned us into locals now.
And we have one that's really funny. He goes,
it's Preston's favorite. Preston stood there for 5 minutes just going. We call him bouncer. He just bounces.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem like he can actually get off his back legs, so he just kind of goes up. He goes like this. That's what he does, and it's really funny because
Preston
we walk loud.
Because it's on our
in our neighborhood.
Yeah, in our neighborhood. So we go the other way, and he just bounces up like. One
day when we were walking right by the bouncer, he barked, and then Sissy got like.
So Sissy started running, yeah. But then you looked at him and he didn't do anything. Yeah. Let's keep moving. We got 2 more questions for you guys. So we're in this pause right now. We can only go to the beaches between 6 a.m. and 9 a.m. And it's really interesting because we went to the beach this morning. Everybody's spaced out very well when people are walking around. They have masks. As soon as 9 o'clock comes up, you see people moving off the beach. There's no National Guard. There's no police coming in checking that. It's just people do that. They just move off, cleaning up, and that's what you're seeing in this pause. I want to ask you guys, what are you most excited about after the pause to try or to do in Barbados?
I am excited to go.
Anyone?
I want to try to find a trampoline park.
I don't know if there's a trampoline park there, but there is the one, if you can swim better, there's actually a trampoline park that's out in the sea in Carlisle Bay. So you can swim out to it, and there's a huge trampoline park that's out there, but you got to actually swim out to it, and then there's an admission you can pay. So that might be, as your swimming continues to get better, that could be fun. Preston, how about you?
Or you can take us out on the paddleboard.
Yeah. No, we got to get you swimming better. That's a piece there. How about you, Preston? What are you most excited about in Barbados to do? There's a lot of things that we haven't seen. There's the animal parks. There's the St. Nicholas Abbey, the train.
I want to go find macaw.
Well, let's let Preston go. Was it the train?
My favorite part of you is a train and our house because it has a pool.
In our community, in our community, there's a little bit of a pool, so that's cool. Yeah, and there is actually a train here on Barbados. Okay, guys, final question, and then we'll get going. So to go places, Preston talked about one of his things that he thought's really cool is us getting a car. Daddy's learning how to drive on the wrong side of the road. Let me tell you something. What's fascinating is one of the roads here, they have the coastal roads under construction, right? So you'd be driving along the road, and then all of a sudden it says construction zone, single lane road ahead. And you know what I say to myself? You mean I haven't been driving on a single lane road this whole time? Because that's what it feels like a lot of the time. You got these giant buses that are coming down the road, and you're sitting there, and I'm getting accustomed to the dimensions and driving on the other side of the road and all that different stuff. But at times it's really interesting. It'll say single lane road ahead, and it feels like Lisa's thought about that many times too. It's like there could be a narrower road than this, and we've been adapting well. But I want to ask you guys, how's it been driving with Dad? That's your final question. How's Dad been doing driving? Has it been good? Has it been bad? What's been going on? Tell everybody, how's it been going with Dad? Let's let Preston go first, because I know you got a lot to say. How's Daddy been doing driving? Good? Not so good?
Not so good.
I've gotten you around the island safely. What's going on?
The first day he came back was like dark outside, so it made me get really sick.
Yeah. So you got car sick, and the roads are really bumpy, right? Yeah. And windy. So I think you'd have probably gotten a little car sick anyhow, right?
I almost blew up.
Mm-hmm. And you were like that even when you were in California.
Yeah.
Anything else? But how else has Daddy been doing? Been okay? Not really.
His handwriting's so bad.
What's my handwriting have to do with driving? What's my handwriting have to do with driving? Huh? Kira, tell them about how Daddy's doing. Okay, let's let Sissy go.
He's doing okay. He hits into curbs every time we drive. He hits into bushes, trees, and
trees?
Yeah.
You mean the branches? The leaves. I don't like crash into trees. Our car doesn't look like it's been crashed into.
And he always crashes into curbs every time. And you heard.
Why do I bump into curbs?
It's because Daddy's really annoying.
No, it's.
And he thinks that he's gonna hit a car, so he goes.
Am I doing better now than I was when I first started?
Yeah. Not really.
Today, did we hit any curbs? No, we didn't. Today we didn't hit any curbs.
Okay. Mommy needs to practice driving.
Mommy needs to practice driving, and it's more terrifying. It was interesting when I'm doing better now, but I always let these guys tell me. I'll be like, hey, I got home, I didn't hit a curb, and they'll tell me, no, you bumped into one curb. And the reason why, like I said, is if I'm going around a turn and it feels blind, all of a sudden there's a bus or a big truck that's coming, I end up overcorrecting, and I'm getting better on not doing that as much. But having a 4x4 really, really helps. So on that note, that's our month 1 kids edition reflections that we have. Who are we, guys? We are the what? So definitely, if you want to follow our journey, you can feel free to do that. We're on YouTube. We've got videos, a new video that's usually coming out every week, telling you a little bit about our journey here. But we've had a little time here in quarantine. We've had a little time here in quarantine, so we just decided that Preston stopped.
Hi, Sensei Brittany.
Yeah, so we just thought we'd say hello to everybody and send some love to all of our friends, and we wish you guys an amazing rest of your day. And feel free again to follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, and then on YouTube as well for the new videos. Much love to all of you. Have a great rest of the day.